Microcontrollers are something that a lot of us, especially those in the DIY community, have gotten really close with as our projects get more and more technically adept. Now, for someone who isn't exactly comfortable swimming in a jungle of wires trying to figure out which one goes where, microcontrollers can seem a little bit daunting. In this video, we're answering questions about microcontrollers: what do they do, how do they function, what do they cost, and more importantly, which ones should you pick for your project. But before we jump into how microcontrollers function, we need to know what a microcontroller is. It's basically a computer on a single chipset or on a single board. It's got a CPU in the form of an IC, it's got I/O pins that can interface with hardware, and you can program it to do whatever you want. Now, the most common types of microcontrollers come from the Arduino family. These boards are really cheap, they're easily available, and they're really easy to get started with if you know nothing about microcontrollers. The way these boards work is on a 5-volt logic, which means that you can find out whether or not any of the I/O pins on these boards is active by finding out whether it's being applied a 5-volt current or voltage. But some of the smaller boards like the Arduino Nano work on a 3.3-volt logic, which is the exact same thing except it works on 3.3 volts. But for all their ease of use and beginner friendliness, Arduinos can get a little bit limiting if you want more advanced functionality in your project. For cases like these, we suggest you look into the ESP family. Boards like the Node MCU, the VMOS D1 or the VMOS D1 Mini, they all work on the ESP8266 SoC that has Wi-Fi capabilities inbuilt along with everything that an Arduino has to offer. The successor to the ESP8266, the ESP32, comes with BLE inbuilt as well. And all of these boards, they work the exact same way an Arduino does. You can program them using Arduino's own programming language, and this is where we start getting into the Internet of Things area, because now you can not only do cool stuff, you can do cool stuff over Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or even the internet. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more sophistication in your projects, you can look into the likes of the Raspberry Pi, the Banana Pi, the Onion Omega, or the NVIDIA Jetson Nano. These boards are basically your computer and an Arduino mixed together into one. They've got I/O pins that are also called GPIO or General Purpose Input-Output pins that you can use to interface with basically anything that you can find. Same goes with sensors and outputs and things like that, and you can program them in the language of your preference. While most people suggest going with Python as it's an easy to start off language with, you can literally code these boards to work with whatever sensors or motors or things that you want them to work with whatever language you prefer. Now, they run fully fledged OSs and most of them run Linux based OSs, but you can even use them as a backup computer if you really want to. They are clearly powerful enough to do daily tasks that a computer would do while being basically as big as a credit card. Now, price wise, these boards, the low level Arduino ones, start at around $300 to $400 here in India. If you're going for a more sophisticated board like the Raspberry Pi, the price can be up to 10 times higher, starting from $3,000 to $4,000, but that's a relative bargain considering the absolute potential of these boards. The board you end up picking for your project really depends on what you're trying to do and your technical expertise, but one thing's for sure, regardless of whatever board you pick up, you're going to have a lot of fun tinkering around with them. If you liked the video, consider subscribing, give us a thumbs up, and tell us in the comments below which is your board of preference. To know more about microcontrollers and all things tech, read our website candy.technology, and while you're at it, follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next one.